Savage Dragon number 33 from November of 1996. This issue promises to deliver a birth and a death. So let's see what's up. We got the usual bad joke in the credits for Josh Eckhorn. And let's see. Described as a badly airbrushed, short legged broad that's not that good looking and bears only a passing resemblance to the heroine he's portraying. Maybe that's a reference I don't get. Also, there's a special thanks to Tom and Mary Beerbaum, Ben Herrera, and Dave Johnson. So I'm not sure why they're being thanked in this issue, but they're all like comic creators. And Larson says that he's stolen all kinds of stuff from them. So, lastly, there's a spoiler in the legal indicia at the bottom here because of the trademark and copyright characters listed. And it even tells you, congratulations on spoiling the ending for yourself. So it's kind of funny. So the last issue ended with Officer Phil turning into a dragon dude after a blood transfusion from our hero. But otherwise, he's feeling pretty good. You know, he was about to die from AIDS, and so he's happy to be alive, even if he's green. So, however, his mood changes pretty quick because while Howard is driving him to the hospital, Phil starts to feel sick, and then he suddenly explodes in a violent, bloody mess here. And blood and guts everywhere inside the car, all over Howard. Crazy way to go. So, once again, Larson shows that he's willing to kill off anybody at any time in this book. It kind of reminds me of, I wonder if he's inspired by that scene in Pulp Fiction where John Travolta shoots Marvin in the face. So, anyway, it's pretty ballsy. I like it. And so, just like last issue, there's this story, like a backstory, being narrated by Peter Clapton, explaining his history of his involvement as the superhero star. But again, I don't want to get bogged down in the details, so I'm not going to recap everything that he goes over there. And then, meanwhile, at the hospital, Rapture's like cooperating, and she's going to go through with the C-section. And then down the hall, Killcat is tossed through the same window that he tossed Justice through in the last issue. And so Dart got revenge and broke all his limbs. And so funny stuff here because everybody in the hospital mistakes Killcat for Shadowhawk. And then over here, there's a freak that kills a cop, and then the cops shoot him to death. So that's a busy night at the hospital. And police are also on the scene at Phil's death. And then Dragon finds out that Rapture is having the baby now, and they mean like right now, because as soon as the incision is made, the baby burst out of the womb. And, you know, he's a beefy little dude. First appearance of Malcolm Dragon. And, you know, what's cool about this book is, like, unlike other superhero babies like Franklin Richards in the Fantastic Four, Malcolm doesn't permanently stay as a child or a baby. You know, this kid's going to grow up in real time, and within 200 issues, he's the main character of the book. So, what else we got here? A pinup by Andy Smith and Tim Townsend. Not bad. Speaking of not bad, Dart wearing a dress here enters the hospital room where both Justice and Killcat are recuperating. And then she chastises Killcat. Then she rubs salt in the wound by drawing the curtains and screwing her boyfriend loudly with a visible silhouette down here. And I don't know, it kind of reminds me of the sponge bath scene in Seinfeld. But anyway, there's an ad over here for Mars Attacks the Image Universe. And I think that has ramifications for Savage Dragon, so I might have to pull those issues out. And so now Dragon's realized he screwed up big time. He didn't believe the child was his. Now he knows the truth, and he apologizes to Rapture, but she doesn't accept it. And then finally, it appears that Peter Clapton is being held captive, and this was all like an interrogation by this mysterious, shadowy figure. We'll have to wait a few issues to find out who that is. Let's move along here. Dragon decides that he's screwed up so bad that he's just going to propose to Rapture to make up for his shitty behavior. And then this just pisses her off worse. Even though now his dragon arms have grown back to normal size, She refuses his proposal and decides to take a nap. And then while she's sleeping there, Malcolm is stolen away and replaced with a fake baby. And the baby is declared dead, and Rapture's freaking out. Dragon is no help. And then it appears that the Covenant of the Sword have possession of the child. What a crazy way to end this whole pregnancy angle. So it sets up a whole bunch of stuff for the future. Just a pretty nutty issue. Onto the letters page. Larson notes that this was a crazy issue with a lot going on and that it could frustrate a new reader that lacks all the necessary information to fully enjoy the comic. Oh well. And most of these letters are just reaction to issue 31, God versus the Devil. Some mixed reaction here, positive and negative. One writer questions Larson's sanity, and I like Larson's reply. He says that, he's so sane that it's scary, and that the people who take superhero comics so seriously that they get upset if one doesn't conform exactly to their narrow-minded beliefs, those are the folks that should seek therapy. So I think that's probably pretty relevant. And another note here, I mentioned a while ago about the Highbrow logo being dropped, but it's official. Highbrow is dead. Eric states it. That says it was a half-assed joke, poking fun at pretentious comic creators, and the only brand name that he needs is Image Comics. And then other internal strife is featured here. Readers have found out that Liefeld has been forced out of Image Comics by the other founders, including Larson. And so they're asking questions. And, Larson's pretty straightforward. He's talking about Silvestri leaving Image because of Rob Liefeld. It says now that Rob is gone, Mark is coming back and Top Cow is coming back. And that now Liefeld is suing Image Comics and that he owes Image money and that Larson thinks the whole thing is sad. So that's just kind of like what's going on in the comic world back in November of 96. That's about it for the letters. But there is a contest, another contest announcement. The Get Your Butt Kicked by Savage Dragon contest. This could be you. The winner will be drawn into issue 36. Just fill out this form and sign away your name and likeness to Erik Larson. So that's great. It's a nice back cover image of Dragon, the unexpected father. I know that's supposed to be like a swaddled baby, but man, it looks like he's holding like a giant maggot, like Gina Davis in The Fly. So anyway, that does it. Something a little different. Next episode, we're going to look at another book published in the same month as this, Savage Dragon and Destroyer Duck.